policy done. So anytime someone brings something to us, are we putting this on the commissioners? Of course, we're going to go do our research, but I think the first filter, and my suggestion was, staff. And let's get staff to research it. But then when they do the research, what is the, I guess, official spot we get? And I appreciate the references you gave us. You gave us directly, to Jackson websites and to other pieces. And, when I went home that night to think about this, I was like, okay, well, a lot of people just go to Wikipedia, which is very resourceful, a lot of times very true, at other times not true. So I appreciate the direct link. And that's what I sort of wanted to get at when I didn't question your resources. Definitely apologize if I sounded that way, but I want all sources to be questioned, and I'd like staff to tell us, is this legitimate? Because if we could get all the black and white things done first, because the hard part is for us as commissioners is because we have to do the gray part. We have to make the decision of what is good and bad, and that is not fact. That is opinion. The opinions 200 years ago for slaveholders was probably good. Now it's bad. We're going to have to make that decision. So I'd like to isolate everything in the black and white. So if staff said all of these criteria that you named are true, and it is coming from the source that the city of Alameda takes as being the truth, I'd like to make my decision in that regard. So I'm not questioning your facts, but I'd like staff to tell us this is it. I know a little bit of history. I know Andrew Jackson held slaves. From what I've learned as a boy in school, but now I want it in black and white. So this way, when I go on record, I could say, hey, all of these are facts. It'd be the same thing questioning the bike trail. When people come to us and say, I'm referring to the one at Shoreline, people come and say, you know what, there's a lot of bikers using this trail, then they wanted to build the bike-only trail. First thing you got to do, got to question it. Am I going to go out there for a week, spend different times of the day, and just record how many bikes come through? No, I'm going to request that staff does that so I can make that opinion. Yeah, so that's where I was going with that. And this is a great opportunity for us to make these policies because, like you said, these other parts of the nation were doing this about 3 years ago. It's now being brought into light here. So to make our decisions, I think, more clear-cut is let's get the procedure down, then we could go on to naming things or renaming things. The same with Mrs. Bonta's comment of calling this new park the whole circle. Well, why do we get to name something that, we have some procedures in front of us and things, but, we have to look at all aspects, the negative and the positive of it. Like the whole circle, it's an isolated group. Well, it's like, does the Rotary Club come and say, hey, let's call this Rotary Park? Who's done more for the city? It's things we're going to have to weigh out. So I want the facts in front of us. What's your membership numbers? What have you done for the city? And in this case, I think we'll probably get to the answer where Andrew Jackson was probably not a guy we want to memorialize, but I'd like to set the foundation for that and city staff to, rubber stamp it and say, these things are factual, maybe we shouldn't memorialize them, then we proceed.